Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Loz. If you're new here, I offer support, love and good vibes. So if you're in need of some of that, then definitely stick around. If you're not new here, then you know that I like to talk a lot about mental health. I talk about animal companionship and just dogs in general and cats because I just love them. But I have decided that I'm going to introduce a new framework to my channel so that it's more predictable for you and so that we can have a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Structure. That took me forever to find that word. Structure to our channel. So, today is Monday. Today I'm going to be doing Good News Monday. So on Mondays I'm going to be delivering 3 good news stories for you so that you can boost your happiness and focus on the positive vibes in this world instead of the negative ones. I feel as though I don't watch the news myself anymore. I decide to educate myself through other means. I find that mainstream media is A, way too negative and B, a load of hogwash, so I avoid it. But I definitely like to engage more with positive news, so I'm going to be sharing that with you. On Good News Monday, I'm also going to be doing the dog and cat of the week. So stick around to the end if you want to see a really cute puppy and a really cute cat. Oh, they're so adorable. Hits me right in the heart. And they are available for adoption. On Wednesdays, I will be doing Wellness Wednesday. And Wellness Wednesday will focus on mental health and how you can increase your positive vibes and just feel good within yourself. And on Fridays, I'll be delivering Feelin' Friday, or Feels Friday, I don't know yet. Feeling Good Friday? Friday Feels. Friday Feels. That's what I'll be doing, Friday Feels. And that's where we'll be talking again about mental health, but on a little bit more of a serious note, and a little bit more of scientific and factual ground as well. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then please, 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 please click subscribe, hit the like button and click those bell notifications, because if you click subscribe, YouTube won't actually notify you that I publish a new video, so you do need to hit the bell notification so you know when I'm releasing good content. But at least now you know that it'll be Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. Alright, so let's get into it. Okay, so if you're not new here and you've watched a few of my videos, you probably noticed a theme, and that is that I do not have a good memory capacity. I have terrible memory and just terrible brain capacity, really. So I've got my notebook here that I'll be reading my good news stories from to you, because I ain't got no brain space to memorize stuff. Like, I remember the gist of things, but I don't remember the specific details, so got that here. Now, if you're from Australia, you've probably heard of the bushfires that are raging through Victoria at the moment. There are some pretty serious bushfires that have been going on for a few days now, and people have had to leave their homes, or some people were told that to just lock into their homes, barricade into their homes and hope for the best. So things are kind of raging on. The fires are in rural Victoria, so there's a lot of animals that are in need, and although it's an awful thing that's been happening, there's some amazing positivity that's coming out of it, and the community in Victoria are really banding together to push through this time. And there was a photo published online of a woman, which I'll pop in for you, walking her 2 horses by hand for over 10 kilometres away from the fires because the roads were closed and she couldn't drive them away, so she walked them away. There have been a lot of people in the community, just general locals, reaching out and saying that they have spare land if anyone needs space to put their horses, their cows, their dogs or cats. People are raising their hands to look after them. There's even a wildlife sanctuary called Wish, and they have offered sanctuary for animals, and they've even been so generous to say that if you need help at any time and they say if they mean any time to give them a call. So I'll pop that notification in here as well. But I just think it's so incredible the way the community has banded together to really help each other out. Even on Facebook posts, I've seen a lot of Facebook posts about these fires, and so many people have been commenting, I've got free space, or you know, a boarding kennel commented saying, we've got free space if you have a dog or a cat and you don't have a space for them. We've got free space to hold them. Like, it's just amazing, like whether or not they're an official company, a boarding kennel, a local, everybody is pitching in to help, and it's just beautiful to see. So although it's a difficult time for the people that are having to leave their homes during the fires, it's nice to know that they have support so that they can get through it as easily as possible. Fingers crossed that the fires ease out at least soon. Firefighters have been working really hard, and unfortunately there hasn't been much progress on them, so hopefully it doesn't last much longer and the weather starts to cool down. It's been incredibly hot here in Melbourne, between 30 and 40 degrees every day for the last week, so it's been struggle town. It has been struggle town. Now the next story I have for you is a little bit of an older story, but it's still very relevant, and it's regarding a man named Patrick Kalunzin Mwalua, and he's a man from Kenya, and he delivers 3,000 gallons of water to wildlife sites that have elephants, antelopes, zebras, all sorts, rhinos of animals on there that are experiencing a very severe drought, and they don't have any rain or natural water, and are now reliant on Patrick to deliver water to them, 3,000 gallons on a daily basis. So these animals are completely dependent on Patrick to deliver 3,000 gallons of water on a daily basis to them for their survival. So this man is keeping thousands of animals, integral animals to our environment, alive. Endangered species. He's keeping them alive, and he's doing this all out of his own time and his own pocket. So he rents a water tank, and it costs about $250 US, which is at the moment 352 Australian dollars per tank to deliver this water to these animals. Not only does he do that, but in his spare time he visits local schools and educates children on the wildlife environments and ecosystems, and what we need to do as humans to help them through difficult times such as this. So 3 women in America heard of his story and banded together to create a GoFundMe page, and I'll pop a link for that below, and that is to help raise money for this water, and so that Patrick can also get his own truck to deliver the water in rather than renting one out. So at the moment they're actually nearly at their goal of $500,000. It's taken over a year to achieve this, but definitely let's help get them to their goal. They're really, really close. I think it was like less than 50 grand left to go. So definitely follow that link. Patrick drives hours a day to deliver this water all out of his spare time. So it doesn't hurt just to take a couple of seconds out of your day. Okay, and my final story for you today is about a Peter or Pete Buchmann. Buchmann. We'll just go with that. He is an American man who lost his job in 2014 and sadly became homeless. He had a dog named Buster who was 9 years old, and unfortunately was finding it very difficult to look after Buster whilst looking after himself when he was homeless. He was living in a tent, so he found an animal shelter called Faithful Friends Animal Society, and asked them to take Buster in, and they kindly did so, and he would walk 5 miles a day to go and visit Buster and volunteer 2 to 3 hours of his time on a daily basis to pay back the shelter for their care. National news broke of Pete's story, and he was offered a job at a fire security company. He was offered 6 months of free rent in an apartment, and he was also given $39,000 through a GoFundMe page which the money was raised globally for him. So he was no longer homeless, and in all of that he was able to take back Buster, and continues to this day. Buster has sadly passed away 2 years ago. To this day he continues to donate his time and money to this animal shelter. Now, as it tends to be at a lot of shelters, there is a dog, or was a dog there, called Matteo, who was afraid of women and was considered unadoptable. He barked a lot and was afraid of women, and the shelter approached Pete asking if he would foster him, and he of course said yes, and he is since not afraid of women, and also does not bark anymore, really. And on the subject of animals, we're going to talk about the dog and cat of the week. So the dog of the week is Hannah. She is a 7-month-old, believed to be a Cooley blend, and is deaf but incredibly intelligent, and does respond to sign language, such as patting on your chest means to sit down. So she's a beautiful 7-month-old dog, available now for adoption at Pets Haven. And the cat of the week is Darla, who loves to sit on your lap whilst you watch Netflix and have a couple of cuddles, and she is a 4-year-old tortoiseshell cat. So all available at Pets Haven Animal Shelter in Woodend, Victoria. And that completes our video for the day. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, night or afternoon.